So this is your bonus reading here. I wanted to do this for you guys. Also, I'm traveling, so I'm going to have a different background. And also, I have a second channel, so I'm going to be playing, it's a meditation channel, but I also have relaxation there because, that's still all a part of meditating. So there's a chill hop playlist there too. So I'm going to be playing that music in the background to plug my channel, okay? Because I am proud of it. All right, so just enjoy the music in the background and the reading because it's a good one. Welcome to my channel, everyone. Hi, how are you? All right, we're going to get right into the reading. This is going to be a general reading, okay? So this is just going to be what the universe has for you. So we're going to take it however it's going to come in. And if they want me to channel, I will also channel. I mean, it's all channeling at the end of the day, but there's specific ways to do it. And if they want me to do a specific way, I will do so, which is just literally starts talking through me, and it will sound strange. So if I do channel you, you can't mistake that, okay? It sounds very strange. All right, so we're gonna get right into it. All right, the Queen of Cups came out. Oh, I just got like this cold feeling. So she's based on emotions. It's like a cold, either you're being cold or someone's being cold towards you, okay? Ooh, cold. I'm telling you, cold, cold, cold. Oh, I like how the light is shining down on this. So it's like you've had some accomplishments, but now the light is shining down right now on these accomplishments, okay? So maybe you weren't getting recognized before, or at least the way you wanted to, and soon you will be, or if it's not happening now, right? Soon you'll be recognized. The light is going to shine down on these accomplishments. So good on you for these accomplishments, right? Remember, I haven't put any clarification cards. I'm just going right off of what I feel right now for the first cards that came out. So it might be some new ideas you have, or maybe old, right? But you're doing them now, is what I'm saying. So like it's still a new beginning. But it's like I always say, you're tackling these aggressively, or you're going to tackle them aggressively. But it's like this fire, though. It's a little different than how I usually say it. Like, it's like a fire in your eyes. Like, I'm ready. I'm gonna go get this. It's way more aggressive than I have always said, and I think it's just because you're ready. I feel like maybe you've had some maybe so-called failures. They're not failures, right? Really and truly, but so-called failures. It's just for lack of a better word right now, right? They didn't work out, and you're like, now's my time. I'm going after them. And I think it's because of what happened with these accomplishments. Now they're being brought to the light, and now you can move forward somehow with this. We're going to clarify this though, but it's in your eyes. I see this passion is burning. Wow, this is going to be fantastic. And it's what I've been saying this whole time about how April was, things are going to start happening in April, whether it seemed like it did or not. You probably saw some little sprinkles of something happening, and to me that's what we say here, right? At least in America, April showers bring May flowers. I did a podcast on that too. So it's like, yeah, there was a sprinkling of the seeds, going on, and the rain came down onto the seeds, and now May is starting to bloom a little bit. It's like a little budding there, and then it's gonna just take off later on in May into the summertime, right? All right, so that's what I'm seeing here for you. That's what I'm seeing here. Your accomplishments are finally being recognized, and now you can move forward. So the coldness is coming from, all right, so there's something you're not seeing, right? You're not seeing something, and it has a lot to do with these choices you have to make. And as I pulled more clarifying cards, I can see that it's dealing with duality, right? Now, duality is like, okay, two opposing things, right? So it's like life and death, love and hate, right? Now, you don't have to live in those two extremes. Like one you might understand more than the other, right? You're like, oh, I get life, but I never understood death and all these things, right? And you're afraid of death, right? So it's more, duality would be if you can just be balanced within both, instead of like you can see the perspective for both, and then you can be balanced within with that, instead of living in one extreme over the other. So the whole key of life is to be balanced, right? Inside out, just balanced. So with duality, instead of just being afraid of one thing or not understanding one thing, you need to be balanced and get the perspective of both things, right? So right now you're having a hard time. I don't know if you're trying to choose between good and evil, those kind of things, those opposing things. So I just know that you have a choice to make, and it seems like it's more dealing with something internal. And some of you, it might be like a decision you have to make about work or something, but a lot of you, it's like you're struggling with something inside. Like there's something that you're thinking hard about and you're confused about, right? And it's like you don't know which way to go. You don't know which direction to go in. And it's about trying to sit down and figure out the different perspectives and be okay with both, and then you won't worry about the outcome. Does that make sense? So duality is you understanding that you cannot have one without the other. That's why it's important to be balanced with the two, okay? Whatever the two is that's opposing, right? Because you cannot have love in this world without hate. You can't have good without the bad, all right? These kind of things. You can't have life without death. That's for sure. You cannot have life without death, right? So when you come to the conclusion of that these two have to happen, this can't just be one over the other, and you are okay with it and you're balanced and you can see the perspectives of both sides, then and only then you can be at peace within yourself, and the decision will be easier to make, whatever this decision is that you have to make, right? So this is this is something that you're struggling within yourself more than anything, I would say. And you are taking on a lot here. So you're struggling within yourself, but this also affects an outside decision that you have to make as well, right? So let's say, for example, maybe this conflict you have within is because one job has you doing something you love, but you feel like it's not going to bring enough money. And the other job has you doing something you hate, but it's going to bring in a lot of money. So you're conflicted. Like, let's just say that's one of the things. And so you do have to look within and look at which one is going to make you happy. It's going to be the job that you think is not going to bring enough money in. But if it's your passion, that means it's your life path. If it's your life path, the universe is definitely going to start to bring in more clients. Let's say you have clients. It's going to start to bring in, it's going to generate more revenue for you because this is something that you're supposed to be doing. So it will honor that. It will sustain you. You'll be abundant because now you're doing something you're supposed to be doing. You have a predestined life path, right? You have a path to take, and so you're going to be okay financially, but you're not trusting that process. So when you're not trusting, you have all this doubt and worry, and you cannot see the way forward. And that's the issue you're having right now, and therefore you're not trusting yourself, the universe, right? All of it. You're not trusting that process, and so it's going to cause a lot of doubt and confusion. And it looks like you're juggling. So this could be your thoughts, like I was saying earlier, or some of you are still juggling a lot in the midst of this. And that doesn't make it any easier. Okay. But the divine or source, whatever you want to call, God, whatever, right, is going to step in here now and to help you with this decision. All right, that's what I'm seeing here. And it's going to come in quickly, this help. All right. Okay, so going to your accomplishments here. So you did do something that's going to get recognized and celebrated. But after that, you won't need that particular accomplishment anymore. So you're going to be moving forward. You're going to have a new beginning. So that's going to end. And now new beginnings coming in, right? This also leaves out some baggage, right? Maybe you had some baggage along with that. And now you can move forward, because whatever you accomplished wasn't easy. And it came with a lot of maybe people causing some kind of trouble. All right. Regardless, it left you with baggage, here and there that you just need to leave behind now that you've finalized and accomplished that particular thing. Now you can move forward and have new collaborations with people that are going to suit you much better. All right, they're going to suit you much better. And now you're going to still do your alchemy thing here. You're this alchemist. You're going to make things happen here, okay? So you're going to be having some new accomplishments coming along here with some collaborations along the way. Maybe it's YouTube, some kind of content creation. It doesn't have to be YouTube. Maybe it could be that. And you're going to be collaborating with other people in that field. You're going to get some recognition here again, because you're going to get recognized for the previous accomplishment. All right. Aha. Yes. Okay. So that aggression I saw in your eyes, that you're going to be tackling this aggressively, but even just more hardcore than I ever saw someone tackle something in the readings, right? It's going to be some powerful stuff here. You're going to really go after this. And I see why now. When I just clarified it, there was something that you were holding on to. That's probably that baggage I was talking about before, right? And also that decision that you have to make that's causing you some trouble, okay? It's like a little tough to make. It's something that you're really holding on to, and you already know what I'm about to say. It no longer serves you, so it's time to let it go. But when you let it go, because it was holding you back, it was causing you so much mental grief, like you were thinking so much about this situation here and how to let it go, and some emotional too. Like it's hard to do these things, right? So it also got you in your feels, like it's very emotional. So it wasn't easy. And now when you let it go, you're gonna feel this burst of freedom. It's gonna be so freeing for you that's why you're going after aggressively. And like I said before, it is a calling, okay? It is your life path here. I can see that very clearly. Whether it be you're gonna be this is for some of you, teacher or counselor, or just some kind of spiritual leader, all right? Some sort, run those lines there, okay? Some kind of spiritual leader or a teacher or counselor, okay? Of course, that's not solid, this is a general reading. It could be anything that your calling is, okay? But I'm getting first the majority of you, that's what it is, okay? So it's your life path. And that's why it's probably so difficult, because, like I said, there's polarity and all these things happening. Earlier, I talked about duality, but now there's polarity, okay? There's going to be good and bad things that happen. That's just how it works, right? And we say good and bad, but really the so-called bad is also something to teach you a lesson. It's all necessary, right? And that goes back to duality. It's all necessary. You can't have one without the other, all right? But for lack of a better word, I'm going to say good and bad, right? So that's why it's so hard for you to make this decision, because a lot of times when you have a huge calling too, you're going to have the so-called the negative things coming at you, all right, to stop you from getting there, because it's a powerful thing. There's people or beings that don't want you to be in power, all right? So we're going to keep shuffling here. Yep. Exactly what I said. It just sums it up. You do have to change your perspective. You have to change it. All right. So maybe it's about, I'm going to pull more cards on that. What I said earlier, when you have to get out of your head about what's good, what's bad, what's right, what's wrong. See both sides, be balanced within, accept them both, and then you can make a decision, because you're too in your head about the choices that you have to make. All right. And it's very clear what you have to do, like which choice is the best one, but it's you're too much in your head that you're making it unclear. All right. And a message might come through to help you with that. Like I said, the source is stepping in to help you anyway. So that's the message I see coming in here for you. So please do not ignore it. Don't brush this message coming in here. Do not ignore it. Don't brush it off. All right. A lot of you, like I said earlier, this is like a spiritual calling. You're highly intuitive. Okay. So do not ignore this calling. You see at the bottom of the deck, the 5 of Wands here. So there's a lot of conflict, but this could also just really, from what I'm seeing, is inner conflict. Okay. So you just have to go within for sure. And as I always say, go into hermit mode here. You got to go and reflect here and go into meditation. All right. All right. And the last of the cards that I pulled here is just, it really is talking about this new journey you're going to be on here. And once again, accomplishments. So you're going to be doing big things. You're going to be accomplishing a lot here. And it's going to be recognized from, by some big people that were watching you and you don't even know are watching you, right? Yeah, it's coming in. So be prepared for this big success coming your way here. Multiple times. You're going to be on fire here. And this new journey is going to be brilliant for you. Just put down the things that you're juggling for now. And I know everything I'm saying is easier said than done. I always say that, right? It's easier said than done, but you got to put some things down that you're juggling. Get in a quiet space if you can. You have to try to make that time and find some quiet time and do some reflection, Yeah, do some reflection. But I guarantee you that you gotta take the life path. So, you just got to go on that route there. All right. This new journey will be great. And that person that you're dealing with, or people, because you are dealing with some people that are actually not good for you, right? Someone or some people, right? That is what made you feel so cold. Like it turned you cold. It did. But you're still holding on to those people. You have to release them. That's holding you back, as well as your doubts for your life path, or like the choice you have to make. You have some doubts there. So those two things are holding you back. You being so much in your head, and also those people who have done you dirty a few times and has turned you a bit cold. Okay. So that is what I have for you. If you have any questions, leave me a comment, please, and I will definitely answer them. Okay. So I don't see this is where duality, polarity comes in. This is not a bad reading. This is telling you, reflect, go within, come out with the correct answer, because that's what hermit mode does. You come out wiser because you've done the work. You've sat there, you've meditated, you let source kick in, right? Your higher self. So these things will guide you into the right direction. And this is not a bad reading at all, because it's just telling you to make the right choice. And it's already telling you the choice. It's telling you to choose your life path. But it's not easy to just get up and do something like that. So you do have to reflect. And there's nothing wrong with that. Reflect, leave the baggage behind. You also have an accomplishment that you've done that's going to get recognized. So that's beautiful too, a good look. And then you have more accomplishments and collaborations coming along the way here. All right. It's always good, because it may seem bad, like, oh, I'm holding on to all these things and she's telling me I have to do all this work. There's nothing wrong with that. It's time for a change. It's time to make a change. And there's good things coming to you here. All right. So until next time.